Breaking right now, Vice President Harris's campaign, which just began today, has announced a whopping $81 million fundraising haul since she entered the race. That is the largest 24-hour total of any candidate in U.S. history.
We need to talk about this insanely unprecedented moment in history right now. I'm not only referring to President Biden passing the torch and endorsing Vice President Harris as the party's nominee, but also the earth-shattering donations that she has received so far.
Breaking news, Kamala Harris's campaign team just announced an updated number saying it has raised $81 million in the first 24 hours since Joe Biden stepped down. The haul reflects money raised across the campaign, the DNC, and joint fundraising committees.
Let me say that one more time. $81 million in the first 24 hours. That's the largest 24-hour raise for a candidate in history. The last time that such a large amount of money was raised through Act Blue was when Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away, and that was about $73 million. But don't worry, Republicans like wannabe karaoke star Laura Trump found a way to downplay such a massive haul.
Obviously, raising money is a big part of this whole process, and that is an impressive haul for the new candidate on the Democrat side.
Yeah, well, Martha, we heard a lot about the donors, obviously, on the Democrat side, who were saying, hey, we're not giving any money because we don't trust that Joe Biden actually has a shot at beating Donald Trump. And they really questioned whether he was mentally able to be president for 4 more years. So clearly, these are a lot of people who I think were probably holding back their money. And now they're coming out and they're saying, okay, you guys got rid of Joe. Now we're going to put our money behind the candidate. And the sad thing, I think, to me, Martha, is, yeah, that's a big number. But these are these millionaires and billionaires people have to remember out there who are willing to do anything to stop Donald Trump, no matter how bad it might be for this country. And quite frankly, I can't think of something more frightening than Joe Biden running the country, except for maybe Kamala Harris as the president of the United States.
Laura Trump might want to be careful where she throws those stones. Because if I'm not mistaken, isn't billionaire android Peter Thiel working in the background to help your father financially? One of the weirdest and most evil people funneling dark money into politics these days.
You know, I should not need to remind you that in the in the sort of quasi-mythological New Testament account, the slogan of the Antichrist is peace and safety, and that there is we're told that there's nothing worse than Armageddon, but perhaps there is. Perhaps we should fear the Antichrist. Perhaps we should fear the one world totalitarian state more than Armageddon.
What the hell are you talking about?
And people wonder why his plaything, J.D. Vance, was chosen to be Trump's VP. So while Trump is taking orders from the wealthy elites, Harris's team has a real grassroots movement happening. According to the Harris team, over 880,000 grassroots donors made donations in the first 24 hours, 60% of whom made their first contribution in 2024. They saw 43,000 new recurring donors, with over half of these recurring donors signing up with weekly donations. And these numbers are only growing. Here is a heat map of where small donor contributions are coming from all over the country. There is a real movement happening here, and Republicans are scared. It's why Republicans are attacking Vice President Kamala Harris. Places like Elon Musk's incel network Twitter are already piling up with some of the most vile, racist, and sexist comments. And on right-wing TV shows, the GOP are struggling to come up with things to attack her on.
Here's just one reason that voters seem to detest Kamala Harris. You decide.
Okay, so.
You are everyone here, right? We are special. You know,
And is that a socialist or progressive perspective?
No. I thought we were supposed to conserve things. I couldn't reconcile it. Now I can.
Laughing? That's the best they've got.
As a senator, she co-sponsored a bill with Bernie Sanders that would force Americans into socialized single-payer health care, that kind of system. She wants to ban plastic straws. I love my plastic straw. I hate those paper straws. Anyway.
These idiots are literally grasping at straws in hopes that they find something, as if their guy isn't a 34-time convicted felon and adjudicated rapist. So much for the party that wants to protect the children from sexual predators. This is who the Republican Party wanted. They made their bed, and now they're gonna have to lie in it. Which reminds me, I want to thank today's sponsor, Miracle Made. Did you know that traditional bed sheets can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat? It can lead to acne, allergies, and stuffy noses, and it's just gross. Miracle Made offers a whole line of self-cleaning antibacterial bedding, such as sheets, pillowcases, and comforters that prevent up to 99.7% of bacteria growth and require up to 3 times less laundry. Using silver-infused fabrics inspired by NASA, Miracle Made sheets are thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, so you get better sleep every night. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands, and feel as nice if not nicer than sheets used by some 5-star hotels. Stop sleeping on bacteria. Bacteria can clog your pores, causing breakouts and acne. Sleep clean with Miracle. Go to trymiracle.com/Gabe to try Miracle Sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo Gabe at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Gabe and use the code Gabe to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Gabe to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode. But coming back to the convicted felon Donald Trump, he was already attacking Harris on the campaign trail before her announcement.
I call her laughing Kamala. You ever watch her laugh? She's crazy. She's nuts. She's not as crazy as Nancy Pelosi, crazy Nancy. And these are Biden indictments. These are a sick, weak, pathetic man who can't run an election, so he indicts his opponent thinking that's going to win. This stupid president that we have, stupid, he's a stupid person.
Has he missed an opportunity to promote unity?
No, he hasn't. Look, there's campaign rhetoric on both sides. There has been. Remember, it was less than a week and a half ago that President Biden said we ought to put Donald Trump in the crosshairs, effectively, put him in the center of the bullseye, he said. Now, he retracted that statement, and President Trump has said some things about unity that President Biden has said, but we are in the midst of a heated campaign, and it's beyond dispute that President Trump has been the most attacked and maligned public figure in the history of the country.
But you yourself said that the discourse should not be personal or targeting people. Have you just changed your mind? Is this now the campaign you want?
No, look, I articulate things in a certain way, and Donald Trump does as well. But his grievances, as you said, are because he has been the subject of so many attacks.
Just watch. Mike Johnson will continue to use this "it's not personal, it's politics" rhetoric as the campaign continues, except he knows very well that Donald Trump only deals in personal and ad hominem attacks. He also said that there would be legal challenges if Harris takes over Biden's place as the Democratic Party's nominee.
Look, I'm a former litigator, you know, a constitutional law attorney. I just made note in some comments over the last week that they have real problems. I mean, every state has their own election system. That's our constitutional system. That's the way it's done. And in some of these states, it's a real hurdle. They have a real problem of replacing the nominee at the top of the ticket. Remember, Jake, I mean, Joe Biden was chosen after a long, small d Democratic process by 14 million people emerging through that primary. It will be very interesting to see if the so-called party of democracy, the Democrats, go into a back room somewhere and switch it out and put someone else at the top of the ticket. I mean, I think they've got legal hurdles in some of these states, and it'll be litigated, I would expect, on the ground there, and they'll have to sort through that. They've got a real problem.
You know, I keep hearing from Republicans how Trump will crush Biden, Harris, or any other Democrat in the election, but if that's actually true, then why are they threatening to sue? Well, the answer is not going to surprise you. The GOP is very afraid that their 78-year-old, 34-time convicted felon and adjudicated rapist will not perform well against a Democratic candidate, especially one that has a broader appeal. That's why the Heritage Foundation, aka the fascist policymakers behind Project 2025, has been waiting in the wings to sue if anyone besides President Biden runs for election in the fall. Oh, and when it comes to the GOP's attack plan, Biden and Harris wiped away every single one in one fell swoop. Republicans claim that Biden was too old to run for president, that Biden is corrupt and so is his family, and that Hunter Biden's huge penis makes them feel insecure. The GOP no longer has the ammunition that they once might have had. I mean, James Comer's lackluster and evidenceless Biden family hearings were already on life support, but now they're officially dead. And with the current rocket ship-like trajectory that Harris's campaign is on, Donald Trump's campaign is looking DOA.
Time of death, 10:15.
Here's a little tip for Republicans who will intentionally try to say her name wrong. It's Kamala, as in Vice President Kamala Harris, soon to be President Kamala Harris. Actually, you know what, Republicans? I'll make it easy for you. I'll have some kids teach you how to say her name.
It's not Kamala. It's not Kamala. It's not Kamala. It's Kamala. Kamala Harris. Kamala's for our schools. Kamala's for affordable childcare. That's Kamala. Kamala Harris.
Well, that's all for me today. Thanks so much for watching, and feel free to follow me at I Am Gabe Sanchez. What Was That is made possible by viewers like you. And if you'd like to support the show and help us grow, you can contribute to my Patreon at patreon.com/IamGabeSanchez. Thank you for your support. So until next episode, I'm Gabe Sanchez, and this has been What Was That?